Welcome to the shit show this
Well, I
morning.
mean, he's trying to do his job. You know what I mean?
Did something else happen?
You see where he's coming from?
I caught Eugene dumping a bunch of fish at the outside my door. I touched the handle. Well, I called down the cops. They documented. I go in to show Vic something. Yeah, same ones that are littered over there. I go touch the handle. Something causes me to pass out. I come down here, give a statement, whatever. I'm talking to these guys. Next thing you know, that entire crew's running around Mission Row PD, taking photographs of the armory and stuff. And right outside that door where it's left open is right over here, a bunch of fish. Yeah, so.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, that can all get cleaned up, but we got some bigger problems, Nino.
Yeah.
Has Peters filled you in on what happened last night?
He started to, but then, you know, this happened. One thing I was actually in the middle about to tell them is Cassidy died on the same day 2 other people died. And that may be very relevant. The PD should have known this, but they didn't really take mind at the time. But that same day, Achi, the guy on my campaign team, died. And then shortly thereafter, an individual that was working with Eric to provide a bunch of information about a gang called C4 also died. And then Cassidy apparently died the same way shortly thereafter. Now, I'm not saying that they're absolutely linked, but it was very strange. I also heard that Cassidy was a dispatcher who had quit or something along those lines. So I figured I'd let you guys know that in case it's relevant.
I think she was a receptionist.
That might have been what it was.
Okay. I wonder why. I mean, the only death that I've really heard people speak about is Chastity's, yet there were 2 others.
It was Achi on my campaign team. Shortly thereafter, when we were notified and we went down there was what was his name?
I think. Do you know Flop? Dugong. I spoke with Flop the other day because I wanted to hear why he quit the PD. And he was mentioning that there was a night where multiple people had died. I wonder if this was that night.
That might have been it. It was DeMarco. DeMarco was known as Achi's twin. DeMarco was second in command of C4. I represented him with Barrick, in which he outlined every little criminal detail regarding C4. The amount of weed they move, the amount of guns that they store, the properties that they have. I have never in my life seen someone give so much information so openly to the police. And unfortunately, the police looked at it and they said, there's nothing there. But the reality of the matter is, and I know this, is they didn't attempt to take that and, you know, find someone.
And actually investigate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he died shortly thereafter, the same way Achi did. And I think it was an hour or 2 later, Cassidy died.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
that said, I don't know Cassidy enough to know if there was a link, but there was between Achi and DeMarco.
All right, sir. Free to go.
this is, I don't know how much Peters has explained to you, but the investigation itself into Chastity's death is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, normally I don't like to do the whole plead guilty or I send you in type of strategy, but being that we're so short-staffed and we're actually actively doing stuff, I just cut them a little break. Hope that doesn't bother you, Chief, or me. Normally I'm a stern guy. I don't give time off for shit, but...
Golden Boy, I need your help with something.
Go for it.
I need you to pull up the report for Chastity's death.
The report for her, you got a number for me,
ma'am? The incident. Give me 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I believe there
Vic
are a
Flair.
few different reports.
Dude, this RP is hilarious.
Let me find it. Okay, 8272.
Gotcha.
So right now we're kind of dealing with a pretty bad situation. Two of the people on this report, Nina Banana and Finley Milton, were recently arrested. They were charged with first-degree murder. They were sent. The charges were going to be put on the docket.
I thought murder always had to go to the docket, ma'am.
No, it is. It is. That's what I mean. It went to the docket. So they were currently out on bail. The problem is that we have found out last night that there was, I would say, almost an extreme amount of officer misconduct through this entire investigation. There was evidence withheld from the docket.
Heard about Dominic Rhodes.
He went so far as to antagonize the suspects. He told
Wait,
me
what
that
kind are
he
they,
was going to
WRT?
use himself as bait to
Oh,
lure
chat,
them
chat,
out,
quick!
putting his life and the lives of
We
the
need 10
officers
subs
involved in
to get
danger.
over 2,800.
At this point, based on all of this, based on the fact
We're down, we're down. Stocks are falling. Bye, bye, bye.
Essentially, the evidence tampering alone, I think I have to pull this. I don't think I can proceed with this.
Dask with
because
the
at
10.
this point,
Anonymous
we're
with the
facing malicious
sub.
prosecution that was done in bad faith.
To the moon.
I can't say for certain that there isn't more evidence hiding somewhere. This man refused to give me the
Hunter
report.
Stick with the 2 gifted subs.
I had to pretty much plea with him to do
With
it.
the gifted
And
sub.
eventually I convinced him to. But I don't know if there's more.
So there's two options here, ma'am. Okay, there's an option where A, you go a hold with the case, you do an investigate into the officers involved to find out exactly how they obtained the information, and then you go a step further and you talk to the people that they talked to find out how they obtained.
Dude, that is insane.
Right?
Hearing
so
this.
You use the information that was obtained willfully
I think,
and legally,
I
then what you end up doing
Chat,
is
level 3,
you
no
prosecute
balls.
the
So-
cops as alongside.
the reality
they
is
are
that's the
going to-
marshal's job.
Well,
But on
I
top of
believe
that,
the marshals are going to be
yeah,
probably
I mean,
pushing criminal
the
charges.
tip, I think to keep things in perspective, like Hannah, there is so much involved. I mean, this was a whole 8-hour or maybe longer
Well, yeah,
yesterday.
this would take me, judging by all the information here, this would probably take me 3 or 4 hours just
I
to get up
mean,
to date on everything.
The evidence withholding alone, I mean, I could essentially
That
go to
tells me
the
why
docket
it was
and
such a
resubmit
smart
all the
idea
evidence,
bringing in
motion to
Peters and
resubmit
Daisy.
or amend,
This is why we
but
needed them, chat.
But
the
then you don't know how the
backlash-
evidence was acquired because you believe it was done in bad faith and was with malice, so you don't even know if it's good.
And just moving around
And at
a
the end of the
singular
day,
chief would
I
not
mean,
have solved it. It would have just
Please
pushed
correct
the
me if
problem
I'm
down the
wrong
road.
here, but part of my job, part of the reason why I was put in this position is to regain public trust. And if
Right there.
we proceed with this,
Mm-hmm.
a bad faith investigation, essentially, how can
She's right.
How
how
can the
we prov-
public trust you?
Yeah.
Or us, rather. I see what you're saying. It's difficult. It's, you know what I mean?
I don't want
it's
I
a
don't want two
Kobayashi
people
Maru.
who very obviously murdered this woman. Obviously, I don't want them to walk, but at the same time, we do things a certain way for a reason, right? And if we don't conduct our investigations the correct way,
Oh, today is
by the law,
8/11.
we just simply can't proceed. Kobayashi Maru? Excuse me?
Kobayashi Maru is it's a situation where it's impossible to win. No matter what you do, you're fucked. You know, whether you let the murder case go, the public hear word of that, hey, you let the murder case go, the public's going to think ill towards the police department, going to think you're inept. If you press it forward and then they learn the grounds in which the information was, you know, gathered, or like the conduct of officers that did the investigation, the public's going to not have faith in you. No matter which option you choose, it's you're fucked. You know, people are going to have their opinions, and they're not going to reserve them. They're going to make it known to the public. They're going to make it known to you. That's why probably your best case here is to so only marshals look into corrupt cops, or do we look into corruption that takes place?
We do our internal investigation and basically deem whether or not an officer is fit to continue to work here. But the marshals are the ones that push the charges.
All right.
Savage with the 5.
What you do then is what probably your best, my opinion, and I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but my opinion is hand over the information to the marshals to pursue the officers, right? And then also simultaneously talk to the people involved and find out just how this information was acquired, right? And then, or you can probably see which information, I mean, I guess you're right. The whole thing is kind of muddied. It doesn't matter. It'll be he said, she said. It's probably just a revolving door. I'm not sure what I don't know what I would do in your shoes there, Chief. I'm gonna be honest. The difficult situation.
I think where...
Yo, Kina, thank you the 5 gifted for the 5 months. Appreciate you. Chat, you're a legend.
I need to be 100% sure on it. But my feeling towards it is that there is an accountability issue within the PD. And it needs to be fixed. And that accountability issue basically needs to start at the top, and I need to show people. I told Peters that how we deal with this situation is going to set the tone. And if I don't hold people accountable, if I don't hold, you know, this department accountable, I'm not doing my job correctly. People can't do sloppy police work.
I'll tell you something, Chief. I'll back you in anything you decide to do. I see the logic in anything here that you got to do in this situation, and I'll stand by you, and you know, I'll do my best to deter any blowback from whatever decision you make. I have yours and the assistant chief's back.
Thank you, Hannah.
I
staying real quiet, Nino.
Oh, yeah, I'm just kind of listening.
I have all the interrogate. Sorry.
Yeah, I got him too.
When we take this to the office, I really don't like talking sensitive shit outside. I'm gonna be honest. I have PTSD from this shit.
Of course. How you doing, Peters?
Jesus fucking Christ! What a start to the
whole
day.
Thing's fucked up. My bad for rambling a bit.
No, hey, I
try
tend
and
to
see all perspectives.
Yeah, no, 100%, as you should. I like to listen, you know what I mean? Especially when I'm not like caught up on something. I don't like to speak out of turn if it's like shit I don't know about, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
Not
That's lovely.
Welcome.
That is honestly so refreshing to hear.
I said it's a great day because you woke up breathing, right?
What a fucking day already, huh? You know, part of me kind of feels like your best option. No matter what you do, people are gonna be crying.
Exactly. It's
right?
You can't. It's one of the situations where you can't win. It's clear as day to me.
I feel like the best thing is you fire the guy and you make a public announcement and you say, this is not ours. He will never be one of ours. And he has been removed and never again. We will hold accountability in Los Santos Police Department. You know, and let the public know that. Graham, thank you for 16 months.
Yeah, honestly, that's not a bad option. But then you're gonna have people saying, "Well, the PD can't do nothing." You know what I mean? So what it's also doing simultaneously is putting PD reputation down in the dirt, but it's also trying to fan the flames.
Here's the thing, though. Listen, as an outsider, it's already in the dirt. But the thing is, you got fresh blood over here, and I think those without a brain are gonna say dumb shit regardless. But those that tend to remain silent, I think, are more likely to see that as like a, oh shit, things are changing. You know?
Yeah, it is a good way to show that you're holding people accountable, and then the people of the city will love to see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
People always love it when you put someone in the guillotine.
Where's the chief over there?
Over in the corner,
right over
sir.
there.
By the water cooler.
Yeah, that's crazy. Chat, thank you so much for the train, guys. Ugh. This guy, bro. Oh my God, I got new legislation to look at.
Don't read that board, okay, Hannah? Hello.
I won't read nothing.
Oh my God, he's already got stuff going. Good work.
Of these reports and make sure that there wasn't information, additional information omitted. Can I be honest with you about something?
Yeah.
I feel bad for Rhodes because I think he genuinely didn't know.
Can I be honest with you? I know that it's hard to not feel bad, but if there's one thing that I've learned in my many years of doing this job, is you gotta truly have a conqueror's mentality, and if you believe something's wrong, you fucking correct it. And sometimes that's a heavy hand.
You will absolutely be correcting this, but I suppose what I
Fucking.
I think he's a product of his environment, and I think he is a product of how he was taught, and I mean, Peter's
E-Peens Act.
but I think he genuinely didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining. I was talking to the mayor about it. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Is I think my phrasing was, I don't think he was a bad faith actor because he wasn't even trained to look. Yes.
Did a bad faith investigation. I don't think he purposefully withheld information. I think he just thought, oh, I don't have to do that. I don't have to submit this. It's not relevant. You know, I don't think he can see the whole picture, that you have to submit everything. That it's not just about building your case for your side, it's about presenting all of the evidence, all of the facts, also allowing the defense to be able to defend themselves.
Yep, you can't pick and choose.
And I think he was so focused on the outcome that he wasn't focused on the investigation itself.
He was too emotionally involved. He should have pulled himself from it. If he's that emotionally involved, then he should have fucking known better than to get involved. That's where the whole thing stems from. If he's this emotionally attached, he's compromised, and he shouldn't be working the case. And that's an argument any lawyer could bring up and say, hey, this guy was operating. This guy, hey, he shouldn't have been on this case. He was too involved. He was too affected by it. And here's the proof of it.
I'm top of that, during his investigation, he purposefully covered up a crime that one of his witnesses committed in order for the integrity of his investigation, I'm assuming. Did you take it that way, Peters?
Say that again.
He purposefully covered up a crime.
Yeah.
The marshals are coming down here, by the way.
Oh, Christ, which ones? I fucking hate them. To be honest.
I like her.
I mean, the mayor had a good suggestion.
Which one?
What you told me while we were over there.
Oh, yeah.
Share that with the chief.
You were saying earlier, Daisy, wasn't saying much. I think a big part of that is a is a very difficult to solve problem. I mean, this is kind of landing on your lap, and even just hearing some of the details is just unimaginable, especially with the death. But I think no matter what you end up doing, there's going to be people that are going to kick their feet, right? But if I would recommend something, it would be to be forthcoming with the public about what happened.
One moment. Hello? Oh, no. This is about the thing. Okay. Be forthcoming about the truth. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to be. There's no way that we cannot brush this under the rug. We cannot, try to hide this in any way. This was a huge misstep.
Yeah.
And again, this goes back to accountability. This goes back to public trust.
Yeah. And I think with the right people, like if the PD were to come out and say, we identified this and these are the actions we took, I think there's obviously going to be people that are going to use that as a way to put down the police department. But I think those that tend to remain silent would more likely see that as a, wow, they're taking action, they're taking accountability, and they're doing something about it. And, that's only a good thing.
Right. Hello, Lockhart. Who's with you?
Marshall Winchester.
Chester. Hello. I'm Daisy. Nice to meet you. Okay. Let me. Pardon. Stand over here. Okay. So can you guys see high command reports?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
wait, what?
So,
You can see high command reports?
Dominic Rhodes shared his private report.
I'm gonna step out.
Okay.
Dominic Rhodes shared his private report. I changed it to a high.
Hey, tell the mayor about fucking Cassidy, the Sandy kid.
And also,
Oh, Cassidy was telling lies about me.
Why?
He doesn't like me much. I think he misinterpreted something that I said as like an insult towards his department, but I was talking like generally about the police department. I hit a woman off a bike with my nightstick during a 90 pursuit. She she got picked up by a bike.
People were tackling, by the way, on that scene, so you know, Hannah. I didn't want to tell you at the time
because I pulled out the nightstick for a reason. I couldn't remember why. So yeah, that actually makes sense.
Give him the rundown. Start at the incident so he understands.
Bank robbery, multiple individuals involved. They attempt to flee the bank robbery. They go to an alleyway. A gentleman runs out, jumps onto a bike. We pursued a bike. This pursuit must have been going on for like 30 minutes. Bike crashed out by the oil fields. And then what happened is they were tackling apparently on scene. I pulled out my nightstick and they were trying to pick up the motorbike, and I knocked them off with my nightstick. and then they were not happy about that, and then the undersheriff gave me daps for that, and then he was going to dap me again apparently for talking shit about his department. I'll be honest, I talk shit about him and his department all the time, but not to his face.
Well, the issue laid in where first he was getting daps because he was taking secondhand information and he wanted to dap him. Where you hit the motorbike, right?
Yeah, I hit the motorbike, but they said the woman did have nightstick marks on it.
So it was nobody had, and this is all now. This is even more secondhand information, but it went from he's getting daps for beating a woman on scene, which wasn't even confirmed by anyone. And I said, well, you can't just fucking dap him when you don't even know the scope of the situation. He's like, well, I'm changing the daps to him being a fucking shithead and talking shit to me. I was like, well, you can't just fucking switch daps around. Like, I was like, okay, what actions were taken to correct the situation? Like, you can't just say, hey, you're getting a dap, and that's the end of it. And then he started going on, and we got into this heated argument, and I was just like, fuck you, he's not getting any daps now. I was like, if you want to fucking, I was like, and moving forward, I want to deal with my officers.
Yeah, no, 100%.
If there's command on duty in my department, which we had myself, the chief, we had a sergeant. If we have that, I want them, because it's like, what kind of fucking pussy move is it where, you know, if I was in Hannah's shoes and I pawned daps, command pawn daps off on a different fucking department, I would have zero fucking respect for my superiors. And then he got mad. He's like, we're supposed to be operating as a UPD. And I said, fuck your UPD. This is how I want to deal with my fucking officers.
So, yeah, I mean, look, my general concern the moment I heard some of that, like, I can because the thing is, otherwise what's going to happen is they're already feeling a certain way, right? Like the whole splitting counties things got pointed fingers towards my direction when it was feds that decided that. And all I had been arguing was we should not be flipping their bill. You know what I mean? We got a PD to pay for. We got constituents down here to pay for. Last thing you want is any of those animosities turning into let's go after LSPD officers and hyper analyze every action that they make, because that's gonna fuck your morale up, you know, when you're not around.
You can't redact things from a judge. If the judge wants to see it, the judge has to see it to understand, you know, the picture.
Oh, if you're talking about that shit now.
They would have come out.
Well, they're gonna start getting told soon, so.
Ultimately, you know,
I told you I was ready to. I mean, can I be honest with you about something that's fucking a lot of shit up?
Yeah.
The fact that they're
Should we move a little way just so we don't interrupt them?
That was not a promise that he could make.
Yeah.
Yeah, my issue. My issue lately has been splitting up offices on scenes to fucking process people. I mean, they're taking half the people to MRPD. They're taking half the people to fucking Blaine County. Every time they do this shit is just a fucking headache. Having to fucking. I've done calls where I've arrested somebody and then they've arrested somebody, took them to Blaine County. I'm not the primary officer, so I have to be like, hey, call them and get on a radio with them.
Yeah,
and,
precisely.
It's hard to have a conversation. It doesn't make sense to me.
It gets worse. So, do you know about the situation down in the cell? I don't know if you're on duty. Did I bring this up?
It was a Chang Gang one, right?
Yeah.
They brought Peanut up?
Well, no. So what happened is they ended up splitting the 95s, right? We have a shootout. 11 cops get shot. From there, what ends up happening is we split the 95s. People take Rami and Vinny up to the BCSO. The rest come here. Rami and Vinny end up convincing the officers up there that because Vinny got shot first because he's old and he's a horrible shot now, that he only deserves 2 times attempted murder. The charges that were discussed was 11 times accomplice across the board. Now, that being said, they do that. They then get Rami down to like 3. I get a call that Frost has knocked like Peanuts down to like 2, and it's basically like, and then now we're left with different numbers for everyone. I think Mr. K pleaded not guilty. I don't know if he's going to court over it now, but it ended up fucking up the whole situation. Then when I talked to Frost about it, she says, nobody told me that we weren't allowed to do that. I was like, it's a violent felony. On top of that, it should all be done as an accomplice, and everything needs to be consistent across the board for court. She's like, yeah, I've been doing that for the last 8 months. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, let's just shoot it straight. They're gonna argue all kinds of dumb shit, but the fact of the matter is, they want to pad their pockets by taking arrests and bringing it up there. There's nothing else to it. Every kind of justification for it is brain dead and in bad faith. At the end of the day, it hurts the PD. It shouldn't be happening. The feds split the county, and they gave the LSPD jurisdiction here and the BCSO jurisdiction there. Every one of these arguments is just.
Chief's calling you.
Who did you demote?
Who did I demote?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like to ask Chief and the Chief and yourself.
Text message.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we want what's best for the county. You know what I mean? Look, I've already passed in legislation that allows Los Santos civilians to refuse extradition. So.
Oh, is that already in, sir?
It's waiting to go in. See what they try to say.
I have no idea.
What are they going to deny?
I wouldn't demote anyone.
800 of the voters in this past election, what, the right to refuse? If the crime took place here, the people of Los Santos should have the right to refuse to go to Blaine County. Because this isn't even about the budgets. They're doing it for themselves. Like, I want you to just think about this for a second. Is why it's not only theft, but why is Blaine County not being built up? Why is it not being patrolled?
Okay,
by going to Blaine County, but then coming down here is just treating the Blaine County Sheriff's Office as a, what is it? Like a way to circumvent the Los Santos County culture and do whatever the fuck they want down here. And then take all the money. And then do, what are they going to, you know what I mean? You guys need that cash. You're going to need more helicopters. You're going to need more guns. The gangs are down here. What the fuck are they going to do with that?
I had an idea for something.
Yeah, what do you think?
And I wanted to run it by you. So, how many people are... So, people should have to pick where their residents are. Right?
Already,
Like
already ahead of you. It's called the Los Santos Citizen ID.
You're not supposed to look
Perfect.
at the fucking board, then.
Well, then remember this. So take a look at this idea. You can't own property in Sandy Shores or Blaine County if you're a resident or own property down here. You can rent it up north, but you can't own it.
Yep, I like that.
So that way, those people can build their own community up there. People who want to be up there, like they can, they can't have they own property up there. They have to have their businesses up there. It gives them an opportunity to build actually the north up for us to build the south up.
Sorry about that.
But people don't like being told they can't purchase what they can't purchase because their money's green, just like anybody else. But it's really the only way that you can mold a culture in different, jurisdictions.
The way I plan on doing it is that the Los Santos County Citizen Registry is going to be a way that when you show your ID, right? My goal is you show your citizen card, right? Now that's going to show like things on there, like
I'm gonna need to put an order.
are you qualified to? Is your mask your face? Kind of shit, right? Are you?
Is your mask your identity?
Yeah. Is are you like? Do you have an air license? Are you from Los Santos? Now imagine you show that ID in businesses down south, you might get a tax discount, right? You might get a little bonuses, like little perks. Right.
I like that.
And that's how I get people to get the ID. And now, you go from there,
What about, I know when people show their IDs, I wish you could see a picture of them.
Yeah, I want that as well. I think it's like little things like this. I know, like, listen, I do play a little bit into the fuck Blaine, right? But all of this is inherently baked in, like, look, if people are coming over your borders and taking the jobs and taking the money and then just like shitting all over the place, what the fuck you plan on doing? You're lucky you don't build a goddamn wall.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I 100% agree. My issue with them is that is the splitting of the 95s. This doesn't make sense to me logically.
No,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're treading on their
if I arrest
rights.
someone in Blaine, I'm charging them in Blaine.
You're treating that suspect as a property.
Honestly, not, yeah, you're treating them as an object. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
You're like, this is my money, right? I'm bringing it up because they have the right to due process and all these things by splitting them up. Like you said, it's fucking up charges. It's fucking up your ability to do police work. It's fucking up their ability to have justice properly.
You're a goddamn patriot, sir. And I'll stand by you until the end of time.
I'm just talking common sense.
You'd be surprised how many people don't have that. It's crazy.
You know, it's 8/11 today.
Oh, 8/11.
Very
1 month
patriotic
before
day.
9/11. Oh, yeah.
Very patriotic day. It's the day the Sanguine War started.
Really? That was on 8/11. I heard about that. I read about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, Oh, wait, no. Wait, what was 8/11? No, was it 8/11? Hold on, what was 8/11? Something happened on... Hold on, let me look at the history books real quick. What was 8/11, chat? Doesn't look like these. Something happened on 8/11. When was Sanguine?
I'm not sure. I haven't studied history, but I do remember hearing a lot about that about 5.5 years ago.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, we got a lot of shit. We posted 9 legislation today. We're doing like business and mechanic shit. A lot of interesting laws coming. We're putting up automatic camera tolls up on the highway.
Oh my God, that's. Are you gonna have people man the tolls or is it just automated?
Nah, they're automated, but they have to come in and pay the toll ticket.
Do PD cars get free passage, or do we have to pay back and forth?
Reimbursed.
As well?
Yeah, it's gonna be reimbursed. There'll be a budget for it. Yep.
Perfect. You know, there's actually something I wanted to talk to you about, and it's about so once the ball finally gets up and rolling, we are gonna need to, with hopefully with your cooperation, take care of putting together a CI program and having like a budget and stuff. Because I have a whole. Do you know where everybody goes wrong with CI, sir? 1, they allow too many people to know the information. 2, they always are working with gangbangers instead of directly working with civilians that are aware of illegal activity. You know, people who genuinely don't want to get found out. So, I mean...
You know what happened with DeMarco, right? The CI?
I haven't read any of that case, no.
They put up some bullshit warrant for this guy. He snitched out this massive gang on, like, their weed ops, their where their money goes, who's involved, all this. They sat on it. They didn't do anything. They're like, well, there was nothing there. It's like, no, you dumb fuck. The CI tells you where to look, and then you look. You put the fucking raid warrants together, and you pop the doors open. You look at their financial record. They ended up putting some bullshit warrant up and forcing the guy to give his the key to his safe house back to the cops. And then he was dead the next day.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? You're accountable. I mean, you gotta... Jeez. You know, from the stuff that I've seen in this department, sir, I mean, I'm not surprised, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take some time, but
But like I said, I have faith in everything that I'm seeing. I mean, things are moving quick. So I applaud you, the chief, and the assistant chief. You know, people always going to talk shit. Fuck them. Who cares? No matter what you do, people always going to be upset about it. Did you see how upset that guy was that I beat him down and I didn't give him a warning?
Yeah, what a fucking dumbass.
Fuck him.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. I'm gonna get back out there, start cracking on stuff. If you need me, just let me know.
All right, I got you.
Yep. Or if you got any ideas, things that you guys need, you know.
Against them, you know.
You have a good one, Mr. Mayor.
You too.